Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is Mr. Ali Saad. Welcomes you all. Today, I'm going to teach you how to deal with the simple past tense. Of course, the verb is very important to you, and you are to know how the verb appears in English in the past form. English has two types of verbs in the past tense. One is regular verbs and the other is irregular verbs. Regular verbs such as walked, studied, cried, and lived. For the irregular verbs we have taught, gave, became, and did. These are the two main verbs, and here are examples. For the regular verbs we have I studied English yesterday. For the irregular verbs, I did my English homework yesterday. Regular verbs are verbs that end with ed or d in some other cases. In general, we have a great number of regular verbs. Simple past form is talk, just we add ed, and study, it is ended in y, and you notice here it will be cried, it will be changed into ied, like cry also. So talked and studied, we are to add ed after converting y into I, and cried also we convert y into I and then we add ed. But live, it's ended in e, so when we add ed we consider it live, L-I-V, and then we add ed. For the regular verbs, we are to know that they do not end with ed like the regular ones, and it is important to know that these verbs have certain rules. Some of these rules are changing a vowel, one vowel into another vowel. For example, the verb become, we change o into a, and give, we change I into a for gave, and this is clear here. We have drive into drove, I into o. We have forget, we change the vowel e into o, so we say forget, and the past forgot. Other regular verbs have different kind of change. They must be learned from a table of regular verbs like teach, taught, and bring, brought, buy, bought, catch, caught, and fight, fought, and finally think and thought. So we use it in a sentence like this: Rana bought a new laptop yesterday. Bought here is the past form of buy. Some other verbs of irregular verbs do not change at all in the past. The verb in the past seems to be like the one in the simple past. So hit and hit, no change. Put, I put my hand on the table. Set, I cut my finger yesterday, or I shut the door. It's in the past. We do not need to change such verbs. And there are some verbs do not change in English, and we are to know about them. For regular verbs, we simply add the ed to make the form positive. When I was a child, the piano. I, I may right here, I played the piano, and it must be ended in ed. Donna, here we need two verbs. Lived and studied in Paris when she was younger. Uh, the verb here must be ended in ed in all cases because it's a regular verb. Because it is a regular verb and we need to follow this rule. For irregular verbs, we have certain rules and we are to memorize such verbs. We do not have a certain rule that covers all verbs together. So when you say last week you an SMS, I must write down here I sent you. So the verb sent must be kept by heart as the past form of the verb send. The girl gave a speech in English. She did a great job. Here also, you know, the past form gave, okay? It's taken from the simple past, simple form of the verb, I mean. Give and do is the simple form, and it must be changed into did in the past. So the girl did a great job, and the girl gave a speech in English last week, of course. Another important point here is to be aware of the negative form of the past form, like did not or didn't plus the simple present form or the infinitive. So you say I, and instead of saying I did not went, we say I did not go. This is the right form. So never ever use a past form after did not or didn't. I went to work yesterday. In negative form, I didn't go to work yesterday. Ali didn't go to work because he was sick. For verb to be, we have a special form or a special usage here. We do not follow the rule of did not or didn't. We just think of was not or were not. Just I can say I was not at work last week, or we were not at work last week, of course. Yeah. Here or a table for the forms of verb to be in the past, in statements, and in negative forms, and in questions. When you say I was, I wasn't, was I? He was, he wasn't, was he? She was, she wasn't, was she? It was, it wasn't, was it? You were, you weren't, were you? We were, we weren't, were you? And they were, they weren't, were they?